Hey everyone, this is Keith Ipple with Spring, and we're back with the New Normal series on business resilience and recovery. And in this particular video, we're actually going to talk about expenses and runway and really kind of facing directly that challenge that we're all facing around cash flow and to make sure that we're actually empowered to do the right things. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through a couple of things. First, we're going to talk about cutting your expenses and earning money. And just remember that for every dollar of expenses that you cut is $1 in either additional profit or it's $1 in reduced losses. And so cutting expenses at this time, especially the right expenses, is a really fast way for you to create space to create what we call runway to make sure that you can survive and thrive this crisis and the recession. So a couple of things that we want to think about. One is your money, cutting expenses, getting lean, your runway, and then what you have. And so we'll dive in. So how much money do you actually have? And this is a very important step that you want to go through. So what we want to do is make sure that we kind of know, look at all the bank accounts that our business has. We also want to then deduct or reduce that by what we know are our upcoming credit card bills, what payroll that we owe to our staff, any loan payments that we need to make. So anything that we actually know we need to pay right now. And then that is the money that we know we have in the bank. And then from there, what we want to do is start to say, okay, what expenses can we start to cut? And so what we want to do is start by looking at any one-off expenses that we might have planned, spending on certain things or just kind of one-time items. And then what we want to do is also look at any of the monthly expenses. So this would be things like rent, software subscriptions, payroll, anything that we might have that we know we kind of spend the same amount of money every month on. And then what we want to do is go through that list and then decide what we're going to cut. So creating an action plan on what do we really need to run our business, and then, what would be nice to have, but really we don't need at this time, and just really making an honest assessment. And just know that this is the greatest thing you can do for your business. It might seem like some of these things are small and they don't add up to very much, but over the span of say several months of a recession, they can actually have a big impact on your business. So the next one we want to talk about is getting lean. And what we want to do is take a look at how we run our business. So what we call workflows or processes. Take a look at our employee responsibilities and make sure that we're running things as efficiently, as time efficient, as cost efficient as possible, so that we can strip any costs out of there. We want to cancel all our unnecessary subscriptions. We also want to take a look at any vendors or suppliers that we have. Is there an opportunity for us to readjust things at this time for the benefit of our business? It's not that we want to hurt anybody else. It's not that at all. But we need to survive in order to then do the business that we want. And so what we're trying to do is make sure that we have the right relationships in place, and anything we don't need, we can eliminate for now. And then when we have that list, especially when we look at some of the legal contracts that are attached to them, we'll have a bit of a timeline for when we can cancel certain things. So then your action item is to create a calendar of reminders that will allow you to cancel those upcoming expenses at the right time and make sure you don't incur those expenses. So really what we're doing is we're making sure that we're staying lean. And then our final step in this process is that we want to take the money that we have, which was that first step that we did. Then we want to get rid of all of the unnecessary expenses, right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to have our new monthly expenses, and that totals what we call our runway. And so that is, if we had zero revenue, how many months of runway would we have? And then, making sure that we're in the right place for that. So what is our goal in all this? Is that when we take a look at our current cash, and then we do some expense reduction, and then we can take a look at our new monthly expenses. Our goal is to try and believe that we can get to January of 2021 at least. And the reason for that is that buys us time to adjust to the new reality. new customer sets, new value. How do we make sure that we're giving them the right products and services? Do we need to adjust our pricing? So this buys us the time to do that. So just wanted to share this with you as a starting point for how you can look at expense reduction and how you can prepare yourself for kind of creating that new plan going forward. If you have any questions, definitely put them down in the comments below. Don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions or thoughts or ideas. And then we are running a webinar series here at Spring, so do check out our webinar page on Eventbrite. Again, I'll make the link available below, and then sign up for some of our upcoming webinars for Q&A. And I hope you're doing well. Hope you're staying safe, and let's get through this together.